Hello everyone and welcome back. I want to talk a bit about the mechanics of the meditation and breathing technique that we use in this process towards awakening. Now just take a minute here and take a few natural, normal breaths. And as you're breathing, take note if there's any gaps in your breathing, the flow of your breath. Is there a pause at the end of your exhalation? Is there a pause at the end of your inhalation? Like where you need to restart the breath? So take note of where you may have felt any pause, if you felt a pause. Most people will have a pause at the end of their exhalation. So you take a deep breath in. Most people will notice that little pause at the end of your exhalation. The reason for that is that when you breathe in, it takes effort. Your diaphragm has to contract. And when it contracts, it presses down. So it's like this, it presses down, and that fills your lungs with air. That takes effort. Now, when you're at the top of your inhalation, that takes less effort because now you're actually relaxing your diaphragm and letting things go. So it's like you come to the top of a peak of a hill. It takes very little effort to roll back down. Now that you're at the bottom of the hill, you got to roll up another hill. You got to engage that effort again. So consciously connected breathing means that you now have to put your attention on your breath and remove any gap at the end of your exhalation or inhalation anywhere in the breathing pattern so that it's continuous. Now, as you're doing the breathing practice, you should do it with a bit of alertness, a bit of energy, and you will hear yourself breathing. So it's not a silent breath, it's now you can create visualizations for yourself to help you as you're going through that breathing pattern. I find myself, I enjoy having a cycle in your mind. In my mind, I see a circle so that the circle never ends. It's just a constant breathe in, breathe out, in and out. Some people may visualize a water column. When you're breathing in, it takes effort, so you're pushing the water column up. Then you let it go, back down again. Some points to remember is that you always do this type of breathing, practice through your nose, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Make sure that you maintain equal timing. The length of time you take to breathe in should be the same as the length of time that you breathe out. Now, if during a breathing session, meditation session, you feel something really uncomfortable, go ahead and adjust it so that you feel okay, and then just get right back to it. If your nose happens to get plugged up, go ahead and blow your nose if you have to, then get right back to it. Now, I know there's techniques where you do alternate nose and mouth breathing, but we won't be doing that for this practice. Breathing through the nose and out through the mouth, alternating, that can create an imbalance between the oxygen, O2, and the carbon dioxide in your blood, in your system. So keep it even, and we'll keep that balance where it should be. Now, when you're doing the breathing technique, the meditation, it's best to sit with your spine erect. That means no slouching, no tilting to the side. And when we say erect, we don't mean that your spine has to be straight. Your spine has normal curves. You want to be sitting so that your head is weightlessly balanced without effort. Shoulders are back a bit. And you are in good alignment with little to no effort. Now, if you have a problem with sitting cross-legged on the floor, it's perfectly okay to sit in a chair. And again, you'll be sitting in the chair with your spine straight. Your eyes will be closed. Now, if you do sit on the floor and you do want to use the cross-legged position, I have a few things to point out here. Now, for you to be able to sit with your spine erect for 15 minutes comfortably, you need to be able to last 15 minutes in that position and keeping your back straight without effort. You have to make sure that you're not sitting too low. So now I'm going to do a cross-legged position here. For me, I can put myself into a straight, erect spine position, but I'm really working hard. You can see my knees are high. Now, if you're a person that sits with high knees, that tells me that you're likely going to end up rounding your back before the time is up. So you should sit on something to elevate your pelvis. If you do have these foam yoga blocks, you'll find the right height that suits you. Now, for me, for example, I'm going to try the 2 foams, and you can see immediately it's no problem for me to have my knees below my waist. And in this position, I can now effortlessly hold my spine erect. And again, if you need to sit higher, that's fine. If you need to sit in a chair, that's fine. Now, if you do have some chronic pain, really back issues, you want to do the breathing techniques and the meditation, but you find it's difficult for you to sit in a chair or on the floor for 15 minutes, it's okay for you to lay down. Now, if you do lay down, just be aware that you're more prone to maybe fall asleep. So find that balance where you feel alert but relaxed and you're having your spine straight. Now, I have another bit of advice for how to sit comfortably on the floor. I have this apparatus. It's called a Nada chair. Now, I came across this when I was actually a student and had to sit for long periods of time studying. See, it's zipped up and now it's easily unfolded, and it has these straps and a back support. And this helps you if you want to be sitting for prolonged periods of time in a meditation position, cross-legged on the floor. Just put it behind your back. This will go around your knees. And now I can sit for quite a long time without fatigue. This is the way it looks from the side. So this was actually designed for meditators that would sit for long periods of time. We're talking maybe even a few hours. But it also became quite a handy gadget for mothers and parents that would have to go and sit in the bleachers watching their kids play soccer or whatever sport, when they would be sitting on a bleacher bench with no backing, again, sometimes for an hour or more. And this would relieve that fatigue. Again, it's called a Nada chair, N-A-D-A, Nada for meaning nothing. It's not a chair. Now, at the end of each session, after your 15-minute breathing practice, it's always a good idea to just sit for a few moments and feel what you're experiencing. and take a minute to set an intention for how you're going to go through your day being more present. How you can take that present moment awareness with you through your day as distractions, confusion, and discomfort may arise. Practice being with it rather than trying to manipulate or change things. If what you're experiencing is pleasurable, enjoy it. If something you're experiencing isn't enjoyable, lose the urge to run from it. Remember, our purpose is to be better at feeling, not necessarily to feel better. I like to feel comfortable in the fact that this practice cannot hurt you. No one's ever been hurt by breathing naturally. Also remember to keep yourself warm. And if you do, say, get the urge to put yourself into a yoga posture during your session, don't do that. Stay seated, keep your breathing, spine erect, sitting comfortable and warm. And remember, if you do need to adjust your posture to sit more comfortably, do that. But there's a difference between adjusting your posture and fidgeting. Fidgeting is a resistance to what you're doing. You'll know the difference. Welcome to your daily meditation. We'll be doing 15 minutes of meditation with consciously connected breathing. Connected breathing means that at the end of your inhale, you immediately start your exhale. At the end of the exhale, you immediately start your inhale, with no pauses or time in between. While you are breathing in and out, we'll be using the words I am here, now in this. Inhale, I. Exhale, am. Inhale here, exhale now. Inhale in, exhale this. You'll have your eyes closed and you'll be breathing through your nose. Find a comfortable position, either seated in a chair or sitting cross-legged on the ground. Make sure your spine is erect and that you keep yourself warm. This practice should best be done twice a day. I suggest it be done first thing in the morning and maybe the last thing in the day. And one very important thing about it is that you commit to being consistent with it. Do it every day. Don't take a week off. If you do, that's fine. Just start again. But you'll lose that continuity. Each time you practice it, you gain more presence. And the more you practice it, the more you learn to have that presence through your day.